Has it always been your dream job to be a firefighter?
I actually was more interested in the medical field when I was working through high school, and then I went to college and I took fire science, and I fell in love with what I was learning. And so the dream became a reality, and it took about 5 years. But absolutely dreamed about being a firefighter when I learned a lot about the medical aspect of the job.
Being a firefighter, I think similar to Sean, I was very interested in the medical aspect of.
I remember being back actually in high school, and outside of my machine shop class, there was a fire station right next door to that. So every time we were in class and they would get a call, we would hear the sirens. And so I remember just, thinking, where are they going? What's going on? What's their job like? And I remember, all the way back in high school wanting to become a fireman.
I decided to become a volunteer, which eventually became what was called a paid call firefighter for the fire department over there. And it was more to be involved in the community and see if I liked it. And I fell in love with it. I fell in love with serving the community and helping people. So at that point, that was the direction I wanted to go, and started taking classes to be a firefighter. And it ended up being a dream job, and it still is for me.
As community leaders, what advice do you have to give people?
The advice that I'd like to give people in general when an earthquake hits is that it's very important that you have a before, during, and after plan.
Plan is knowing where you're going to meet, knowing what you're going to do, and then also, like Firefighter Maine said, just being prepared, having bottled water, flashlights, canned food, that sort of thing. And like Captain Pagambri said, just finding a safe spot where to stay until everything stops, and then just kind of, once you get a chance, once everything has stopped, just assessing your home. And like Firefighter Man said, just checking your electricity. If you need to turn that off, do that. If you need to shut off your gas, do that. Or whether it be the water or something like that. Just everybody being, having good communication and knowing what that plan is.
Communication, those things are going to be potentially failing. So, the things that we're used to, cell phones and all that stuff, could be down. So you have to think beyond that and just be prepared.
Like these guys have said, you need to be prepared before, and there's things to think about. Know how to use your tools to shut things off. Think about, if the store is closed, what would you really need? If that store is closed for any given time, what would you need for your family to sustain itself for 7-10 days?
So as you said, volunteer is very important, but do you think that if more kids volunteer, they can stay off using substance abuse?
I absolutely do think that when kids get the opportunity to volunteer, they can get involved in programs and with other individuals with similar interests, and it's a great way for them to stay out of trouble. And not just to stay out of trouble and, of course, remain substance-free and drug-free.
It's very important to volunteer. Like I said earlier, it allows you to be in good company. A lot of times people become a product of their environment, and I think if you're volunteering, you're around a lot of people that want to make a positive difference, and you're being involved in your community.
Like so, it always comes back. It doesn't matter how young you were and what you were doing at that time. It always seems to come back later in life. So yeah, it's great. Like I said, just to be involved in any type of volunteer programs.
Substance abuse is a dead end street for your health. If you when you apply for jobs, they background you, your background checks. And if you have those things on your records, it very much limits you for the rest of your life on what you can do. Even if you've made changes in your life, those things can crop up and bite you from even something from years past. So volunteerism is definitely a big deterrent in helping people to remain substance free.